This is chapter 39 of Getting to Know Grace. After coughing up blood, Grace fell onto the ground. Ka! Good God, Woodman! That isn't an infectious disease, is it? Duke rushes over to Grace. What's going on? The day she came back from Lillian, Dr. Richard definitely said. He remembers what the doctor had said. Miss Grace is as healthy as ever. There is no need to worry. Andrew, wake up. When he is near her body, he sees that she is covered in blue spots. Could this be? The king walks over to the Duke. What is going on, Duke Grace? Duck. If she's coughing up blood, it must certainly be a serious illness. Were you hiding this? There's no way that this is a serious illness. I'll have a physician look at her. Are you trying to convince me that this is not a serious issue? It is against the kingdom's rules for one to make contact with the royal family while is hiding illness, and proceeding with an engagement to royal while keeping secret a bodily defect is a grave offense against the royal kingdom. Fabian's father speaks up. Your Majesty, if this is an infectious disease, it might be an attempt to murder the royal family. The Duke and the Duke's daughter must be on trial. Hold on there. The Duke has military power if he puts on trial. Put the Duke and his daughter on trial, and in accordance with the law, they will be kept in custody until the trial begins. The Duke will be deprived of the rights of his status from now on until the end of trial. Stomp, stomp. A group of soldiers comes in. If you show any resistance, it will be considered an act of rebellion against the kingdom. Herta has finally arrived at the royal castle. Since I was able to enter the castle with the Duke's proxy, does that mean nothing significant has happened yet? I must meet with Lauren first before I bump into someone who knows me. No one may enter the banquet hall armed. Herta notices the Duke's right-hand man is talking to someone. I'm not particularly inclined to anyway, so that's actually better. Major Guardian. She flips around trying to hide her face, and he notices her. You there, stop. Turn around as he points a gun towards her. What do I do? This would be a disappointing end. She is debating on what to do when the person next to him speaks up. Major Guardian, put down your gun now. Huh? What the? The armed forces of the royal family handcuffs Major Guardian. What is the meaning of this? You must come with us to the interrogation room immediately. In accordance with the law, anyone suspected of aiding a criminal with military authority must be arrested immediately. He is shocked to what he has heard. While Major Guardian is getting arrested, Herta runs away. Is this the predicted worst-case scenario? Grace's sacrifice and the Duke's arrest for the sake of my safe escape? If I had realized what was in my heart earlier, would I have been able to prevent Grace from sacrificing herself? No. Even if I had, what would I have been able to do differently? All I can do, even now, is make a gamble. Lauren was able to find Herta. Herta! Lauren, where's Grace? She started coughing up blood in the middle of her vows. They dragged her away to the dungeon. She will be put on trial for deceiving the royal family in 3 days. Herta, has Grace really caught an infectious disease? You never said that. Listen, trust me, it's not an infectious disease. Take me to Andrew, please. She must take the antidote soon. Without it, she will die from high fever and suffocation. Of course, Grace must have wanted it this way. Lauren's father sees Lauren. There you are, Lauren. Father! The Duke's daughter apparently has an infectious disease. Are you alright? You were at their estate the other... And he notices that Herta is beside them. Who is this? This is my friend, Jamie. She is the daughter of a doctor's family. Oh, my apologies. I am not familiar with new classes too well. I didn't know you had another blonde friend besides your late friend, Herta. Sob. She begins to sob. Oh, I'm sorry, Lauren. I shouldn't have brought up Herta. It hasn't been long since we lost Herta. Poor Andrew has to go through this now, too. She looked so healthy yesterday. It can't be an infectious disease. That's only for street children or the elderly. Oh, Lauren, the truth will be revealed at the trial. And whatever or not is an infectious disease, the royal family would treat her. If I were the king, I would not treat her. They are both confused by Herta's comment. In fact, I would wish her to die. If she really does get cured and it becomes known that it wasn't an infectious disease, the Duke's crime will become less serious. And if the king punishes the Duke severely, there will be serious backlash from the nobles, who will also have to put up with the possible retaliation from the Duke. However, if Andrew dies, it would be simple to say that it was from an infectious disease, and arranging a royal marriage to a person on their deathbed would be a serious crime, so this would be much more advantageous for the king. The king does not really need this marriage, and this is an opportunity to cut off the Duke's lineage. Andrew will ultimately be sacrificed even before a proper trial. In the dungeon, Fabian's father visits the Duke. Look at you, Duke Grace. After portraying my perfectly normal son as a mentally ill druggie who killed himself, let's get this straight. The cigarette girl you planted was responsible for all of it, wasn't she? I'll bring this up during the trial. I'll make you pay. Where is my daughter? She's apparently locked in a deeper level since they don't know if she's contagious. Even if the royal family is weak, perhaps you underestimated them too much. The Duke walks over to Fabian's father. You see that? But I'm sure you also know I will win the trial. The nobles whose source of income is tied to my business will never take the weak king's side. I have no intentions of losing anything from this, Claude. I will convince everyone. I will turn the public opinion. Let us make a deal. If you can bring my personal physician so he can treat my daughter, I will share the rights to the National Railroad business with you. I'll also share the trade rights in the herbs and military supplies coming through the railroad. With proper documentation, of course. In another cell, Andrew is dying. Jail doesn't even feel that strange to me. It's comforting, actually. Yes, this is enough. This is sufficient. Still beautiful. Without getting trampled by anyone, and having done all I can for the one I love. No, death is no different than freedom to me. She thinks about her past. Still is lonely. You have always been there. At the end of my lonely darkness. And that is the end of the chapter.